Welcome to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. I'll be talking about ways we can all de-stress and some helpful activities to get involved with. Welcome back to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. We have a special guest, Joshua. So Josh is here to.
You brought the camera over.
He's got his slushie.
This is a good way to stress less.
Yes. Get yourself a slushie, treat yourself. So there's some stuff we're going to talk about kind of all over the place, but Josh is here to talk about some stress-free mental health awareness, all that kind of stuff. So, I'm first going to start off talking about this book that I got from Target. I did not bring it, which I should have, but I did not. It's called Burn After Writing. And this book is really entertaining, at least for me. So basically the book is filled with questions about your past, your present.
Clown juice.
Your past, your present, and future. So it asks you questions to fill out, and basically at the end of the book, when you fill everything out, you have the choice to burn it if you want, or you can keep it, so it's your book, your journal kind of thing. But anyway, so there's like questions, like just a fun way to write down what your favorite things are. Like, what are your top 10, or what's on your bucket list? What are your 10? What are 10 places you want to go to before you die? Or there's kind of like emotional questions, and there's also fun, interesting questions. I feel like I showed you some of them, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of fun. I like to use this book like, I think I did a little bit last night before I went to sleep. So you kind of fill it all out, and what I like to do is I like to come back to it. I like to fill out some things, maybe I don't have answers for some of them, so I'll come back, and then I'll go through the book from the beginning to end again, and I will just maybe have more answers to one of the questions. I like to have many different answers to make it a little interesting, fun.
What are some of the questions, though?
I'm trying to think. I wish I had my book with me, but there's questions like, I feel like the most interesting questions are surrounding your future. So the book is divided into, one half is the past, the middle half is the present, and the last half, or the end of the book, is about your future. So you get to fill out a little bit from each one. So there's some fun questions like top 10 movies, or top 10 places you want to go to, or for the future, for example, say in 10 years I will be doing this. 10 years I will be living in this place. There's also things where you can cross off like a literal bucket list. It says like, gotten a tattoo, been out of the country, whatever, and you get to cross it out after you've done it. There's also this or that kinds of questions, like cake or cookies, I guess. I don't know. It's like there's some fun ones and there's some that are more serious. So it's kind of fun to just like fill out when you have the time for you. Yeah.
Am I supposed to come in now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hello. My name is Joshua. I'm on a website right here. It says it's by Mayo Clinic. I don't know however to say it. But it's just some tips for stress relievers. And you can, obviously, like I said, it's from Mayo Clinic. I'm sorry, I'm not the greatest with grammar or English. But you can go to the website for more details about that right now. I'll just go over some basic tips on how to stress less. And two things to really help you stress less is being active and changing your diet to be more healthy. Eating a lot of candy and a lot of sugar.
I can do what I want.
Eating a lot of candy and a lot of sugar. Obviously, when you're on sugar, you're all hopped up and you're all jittery. So if you start eating healthier and if you, especially if you be more active, you can feel more in control of your body.
That's why I want to get back into doing Zumba and tennis. Zumba.
How did it feel after the tennis match?
I mean, it was fine. Every time I play tennis, especially outside, my face gets super red. So it looks like I'm about to pass out, but I'm really not going to pass out. My sister has the same problem. We both have, like, her faces get, like, really red. But tennis is obviously a good workout. I talked about Zumba before. I really want to get back into that because I said that for me, Zumba is like one of the best workouts for me. It really challenges you, and I feel like most people just think it's just like dancing and it's like whatever. But I feel like if you really get into it, you get to challenge yourself and what you can do, and you kind of like learn more about yourself. And it's really fun.
If you go to your local gym to work out, I know a lot of people don't like working out in front of others in groups of crowds, but if you get over that fear, you'll get over a lot more. If you get over that fear, you'll get over a lot more fears as well. Like I said, if you build that strength and everything inside your body, you get more control. One way I like to work out is I have a punching bag in my garage, and what it does is it's a good workout, but also it relieves some stress and it relieves some just built up like anger if you have it at all. Don't go around just punching anything. Do a safe workout, obviously stretch before. But hitting bag is a good way to
for sure.
Get rid of that built up
anger,
whatever it is,
tension, whatever you got going on. It's a good way to, just let loose and just have your you time, I guess.
Try to avoid unhealthy habits, which obviously the basics: drinking and smoking, caffeine. I know everyone needs their morning coffee to start the day.
Yep.
But there's also other good substance for that. You can have tea in the morning. You can have, obviously, if you go get tea, look for packets that say caffeine free.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know lots of people who drink coffee, especially influencers. They always start their vlog or their video off by drinking a big thing of coffee. Which I guess helps sometimes, but to do it every day and all the time is not the best decision. So maybe get into a routine of maybe having coffee once a week or once every 2 weeks. Maybe slow it down a little bit and just see if you can get into better control with yourself, find some other ways to get that caffeine.
And two of our bosses here, they started walking around with these big water jugs.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking water is more important than you can actually realize.
Oh, 100%. It solves a lot of problems. I mean, like physical, if you're dehydrated, you need to drink water. Obviously, if you're outside and it's hot here in Florida, you should always be having a water bottle handy because it's not good to be outside with no water. But yeah, I think John has a water bottle that's like this big. It might seem like it's crazy, but that's actually a good way to do it because then it encourages you to keep drinking all day so that you finish the bottle and you can refill it.
Well, it's not that. It's just this big. It has lines on it and it has different times. So at the top, it will say 9 a.m.,
Yep.
10 a.m., 11 a.m., and then it will get more in the day as it gets lower to the bottle. And obviously, with those increments of time, it has good little motivational messages for you as well, saying you're almost there at 1 o'clock, and then you did it at 8 o'clock when your whole bottle is empty and you had the water you need to be having consumed for that day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it goes a long way. And I feel like people say, oh, you should always drink water. And at some point I was like, no, I don't have to drink water. But I realized the importance of drinking water. It actually does help. And it's refreshing.
I mean, I used to drink, I never really drank anything bad per se. I never really had my coffee every morning, or I never went home and had a bottle of Coke or something. What I would do is I would go home and have either Propel or Gatorade, and I would have Propel or Gatorade all the time. And it's just filled with just stuff that you don't know what's in there.
Lots of sugar, especially Gatorade.
Not even just sugar. It has, I think, condensed sugar or like fake sugar. It's just, which is even worse than normal sugar.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's bad? I forgot the name. Keep going.
And then the red Gatorades, they have red dye number 40. I know a lot of people can't have that because it messes with them inside as well too. So just water is just the most purest, cleanest just form of drink, just to keep you healthy.
You can add a lemon to it. It helps with digestion also. And for some reason, having lemon water makes me feel like more refreshed and feels like I don't know, just tastes good. Makes me feel, I guess, a little more healthier, even though it's just a lemon, but it just makes you feel a little bit better inside. So it's something you should consider putting in your water.
Some other tips on here, it says meditation, which is
of
the very root of learning how to stress less, because everyone should learn how to properly meditate. I know it's hard for a lot of people to sit still for at least 15 minutes. I know I have a hard time sitting still. I need to get up and do something active. But one way I like to meditate is before going to sleep. And it helps you put your body at rest, and it helps you go to sleep quicker too, because like I said, another thing I know I have a problem with is I like to stay up. It's hard for me to sleep because that's when my mind starts to ramble a lot, when everything is silent and all I hear is my mind. So if you learn how to meditate before going to bed, you can learn how to control your thoughts and slow down your mind while also getting a good night's sleep, because a good night's sleep is very important to your mental health
100%.
And your physical health as well.
Yeah, I also really like doing some meditations before I go to sleep, especially if I am a little too hopped up on sugar. I need to, calm down a little bit. I like to use some of my apps that I've told you guys about before. I think there's the SBT, I think. Stop, Breathe, Think. I think that, I don't know if they still have the app, but it's really helpful. They have, basically you can click on any, since it's a little bit out of order, they have different categorized meditations. So if you're trying to fall asleep and you're trying to relax, there's that one. There's also one for pretty much everything. There's meditations for, if you're too much in your head and you want to slow it down. But yeah, definitely just try at least one meditation. Try meditating once. Just see how it works. If it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't. But it definitely, especially a guided meditation through an app or a website, when there's actually a person talking to you and telling you to close your eyes and then do this and that, I feel like it's better because it's directly to you, and so you kind of feel that within your body.
Another thing on here, it says keep a journal. Goes back to the burn book. That's one thing to get. It's a very nice little helper journal, I should say, to help you.
It helps you get your feelings, emotions, everything out. Pretty much.
It doesn't tell you what to write, but it just helps you with your putting your your thoughts more clearly on paper with whatever topic it asks.
Yeah.
But you can also get a blank journal for yourself too, and you can mark the date and time and just talk about what happened that day, what you liked, what you didn't like. One thing you can do every single day is write down what you're grateful for. If you do that every single day, you'll see yourself being a little more positive on the inside as well too.
Definitely writing down your emotions, what you're feeling, will definitely help. If one day, if you're having a really bad day and you say, this is what happened this day, I failed at this and that, whatever, and then let's say 10 days later, you have a really good day, and then you kind of can reflect on those other days. Why was it such a bad day? Well, how can I make it better? And you can take that and make the next day better.
And what I recommend doing is, if you want to, you can, yes. You can go start a journal app on your phone, where you can start typing on a screen or something like that, just something quick. But what I recommend doing is trying your best to get out of that and just get a natural notebook, a natural pencil or pen, and have that one-on-one interaction with you and the pen and paper.
Yeah.
Just get technology out of the way. Just get rid of it, because if you start typing and you get like this notification popping up from Instagram saying someone sent you a DM or something, your mind focus is going to be moved towards Instagram now instead of on yourself and what you want to release into that journal.
Yeah, that definitely gets me distracted too. If I'm on my phone and even writing down my thoughts on my notes app, and I get a notification, I'm going to say, all right, well, let me go click on the notification, and then I never come back to the notes. So that's why it's important to get off technology, especially if you're on technology all day, like we are. I feel like at the end of the day, it's a nice feeling to just get your journal out and have that time by yourself to just write out what you're feeling, how your day was, what you did, if you learned anything, accomplished anything, and then reflect the next day and just see how the pattern continues and just see if, yeah.
One more thing says get musical and be creative. We talked last week about how music can help, but I would say yes, try to listen to music as much as you can, but you don't have to get into the field of music. You don't have to learn how to play an instrument or learn how they created that song or whatever it is. There's other different hobbies to explode your creative mind. Right here it says gardening, sewing, sketching. Gardening, one thing with that, you're out in the doors, you're outdoors. You have that sun hitting you, get that vitamin D hitting your skin, but also you're in sync with planet Earth. You have your hands inside her. That came out wrong, but you got your hands inside Earth. You'll feel more spiritually connected with one. Sewing is it's a kind of relaxing. What that does, it helps out with patience. You got sketching. You have so many different hobbies that can explore your creative mind, and that really helps things out too.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off sewing, I like to knit sometimes. I haven't knit in like pretty long time, but my grandma actually taught me how to knit, and I had a whole knitting thing back in Houston, but once I moved back here, I got my own knitting needles and yarn, and I just started doing it, and it kind of just is a good way to kill time, and you kind of get into, like the whole, each step, and, it's better than being on your phone all day, so
And if you go to Barnes & Noble, they have, like, start your own crochet kits and stuff like that, and I don't know, with me, if you go inside of a Barnes & Noble or even just a library, you feel a little bit better about yourself. You feel a little more intelligent, I feel like, when you walk in there. Yeah. So definitely reading a book can help out too. Not even that. What I saw it now. Okay, I remember. The famous YouTuber PewDiePie, I was watching one of his videos, and what he said about reading books is that you don't have to enjoy it, I guess. Obviously, there's books that are going to put you to sleep more than others, but what the great accomplishment about reading a book is finishing it. It's
Yeah.
that satisfaction when you finish the book. Even if you didn't like it or not, it's just you still get that satisfaction that you read that whole book, and that whole book is just now
Yeah.
yours.
And you put the time in to read the whole book.
Yep.
And you finished it. Like, I read all that.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Period. With a T.
With a T. Have you ever knit before?
Have I knit? I've knitted. I think last time I'd done that was elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun sometimes.
Middle school actually. We did it in middle school.
I also went to sleepaway camp where we got to take a class where you got to knit. It was actually really cool. It was a cool like art building, and it was like French windows. So it's kind of cool. You can be like knitting and like look out the window and like. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I know
Sounds
I'm not
fancy.
really a nature person, but like it was kind of cool.
Go out in nature,
But you
please.
should go in nature.
Please go camping. Please protect our animals. Save our Everglades. Save our national parks. If you see more structure or infrastructure, go in there and tell them no. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
We need more animals control this earth, not us. We're with it. We belong to it. We don't control it.
Yeah.
Some other things it says on here is laugh more and connect with others. Everyone likes a good laugh, and everyone says laughter is the greatest medicine in the world. So pull up your Netflix comedy special. Go home, watch. I don't know. They put this on the kids' television network, right? Go home, watch Airplane. Go watch.
Watch a-
Talladega Nights. Go watch.
No, just watch like a movie that makes you feel good. Like that's not a movie, but I like watching New Girl. It's just a comfort show for me. I like to watch it over and over and over again because it just, I don't know. It's nothing like, there's nothing violent going on. There's nothing like crazy going on. It's just like, you know.
I absolutely love watching Pixar films. I mean, I got my degree in computer animation, so that's one reason why I like it. But it's just they're good movies. Maybe not now, like Soul. Behind that, Soul, Wall-E, Up,
What about
Monsters Inc. Those are my 4 to recommend.
What about Inside Out? I like that one. Where they're like all these little people that are controlling this person's brain.
I like it. It's creative.
It was really creative, and I think it's really,
Coco's good.
yeah.
Coco's good. That's the beginning of the one.
Anyways.
And then it says connect with others. If you're like me and you deal with really bad social anxiety, one thing to do to help you guys out. If you're in Publix, if you're in Walmart, if you're wherever you are, one basic thing to practice every single day is going up to someone and just asking the time.
Yeah.
Literally just that small little thing, and what that does, it gets you out of your comfort shell of just going up to a stranger and saying anything. So just if you practice saying, what time is it, ma'am, or what time is it, sir, just that little thing of coming out of that tiny little comfort shell can go a long way.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of
For
how I kind of learned. You know, my dad was like, you gotta keep practicing. You gotta go, like, I think.
Gotta go fast.
No, when I was learning to, like, you know, make appointments and stuff, he's like, all right, you're gonna call. I was like, I don't want to call. He's like, you're gonna call. I was like, But that's what pushes you out of your comfort zone.
The Pizza Hut app is down. You gotta call them.
Anyways.
Were you seeing that joke?
No. Something I actually thought of yesterday, I was actually in class, I was writing down some notes that I was thinking of. But since it's the month of November, it's November 2nd, I was looking at some ideas for the month of November, since it's kind of the month of gratitude. Telling one person every day of this month of November that you're grateful for them. Just so you're kind of communicating with more people every day, because, you know, there's some people who don't get to see you as much. So kind of taking that step and reaching out to one person every day and
Without a bad.
and telling them that you're grateful for them, or anything.
I cannot read your handwriting.
I know, I have really bad handwriting. That's when I write fast. And then since I was in class, there is actually something we were working on. What are you doing?
What?
We were doing a kind of a presentation thing. So I found this other girl in my class, and we did all got to do our own slides. So this other girl and we did a slide on mental health, and we were kind of comparing how it was back in the day compared to now, what's the science behind it, what's the problem, etc. And so I really got into this one. I thought it was really interesting and fun to fill out. But basically we were saying that, back in the day, mental health wasn't a huge deal. No one really knew about it. They didn't really think it was important. And they would pretty much just tell you to deal with it. That was kind of like the thing. But nowadays it's more aware. There's more mental health awareness, mental health advocates that are coming out, especially on YouTube, and sharing their stories and explaining their take on mental health and how mental health is health. Just the difference between how it was years ago compared to now, I feel like is a huge difference. Because I feel like now we're all kind of looking out for each other and thinking about, are you instead of just asking, oh, how are you? Really asking them, are you doing okay? Asking, because, mental health is important. And I feel like some people, they just don't want to give in and they want to act like they're not suffering. But I feel like, everyone has something. So you want to make sure you're looking out for everyone. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. The last tip that was on the Mayo Clinic app, it did say seek counseling. So obviously, if just ask. Like she said, it's a new world out there. It's a new everything. Don't feel afraid. If you feel some sort of identity crisis, just go talk about it. Mm-hmm. I know we all want to be accepted to whatever we want to be accepted into. So just go talk about it.
Always talk about it instead of doing something dangerous or scary.
Scary. Oh, Halloween's over.
Yeah, you're right. Halloween is over.
But you can still watch your horror films.
But
Don't
it's
worry.
still fall, and it's November. We're getting close to Thanksgiving-ish.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Christmas.
No, Thanksgiving.
Please don't play Christmas music too early. I know that's one way to stress less because you want the holiday season to come here, but it's not the holiday season, so...
I'm going to blast Mariah Carey.
All right, let's tone it down. But yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up, so a lot to be grateful for, thankful for. Tell people that you're grateful and thankful for them.
You left your napkins on the floor there. And if you want something for breakfast, I guess you can get chicken minis. I guess that's a good way to stress less.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Muted. Thanks for tuning in to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. If stress is something you struggle with, think about watching a sunset, listening to music, dancing like there's nobody watching, and explore something new. You never know what you'll find out about yourself.